Hello everyone, it's me Dr. Muhammad Naseem Shirzad, and today I am going to discuss with you all the various type of inhibitor and promoter of renal stone, and then we will discuss the various kinds of theory regarding these stone formation. So regarding the crustal formation, the various inhibitor and promoter. But before going to start that, we need to understand the basic concept of formation of stone, and that is actually the urine must be supersaturated for urine to form a stone. But this supersaturation alone is not sufficient for the crystallization to occur because of the presence of these various urinary inhibitor. Like it's important that the urine must be supersaturated, but this supersaturation alone is not sufficient for the formation of the crystallization to occur, as there are various kinds of urinary inhibitor which we will discuss in detail. Because of these inhibitor, even in supersaturated urine, the stone formation or crystallization is not occur. And for the formation of the stone, the one of the important step is the first step, that is the nucleation, as there are many steps involved in the crystal formation, like the nucleation, and then after nucleation there is a growth occur, and then they cause aggregation. So the nucleation actually starting the stone process, and that may be induced by variety of substances like crystal, parent bodies, or other particular tissue. Now this nucleation, which is the first step, it may be either heterogeneous nucleation or it may be heterogeneous nucleation. Homogeneous nucleation means the nucleation which occur in a pure solution, and that's why it's very rarely occur in a bladder, because and here much of the time in the urinary bladder there is a turbid urine, there is infection. So in the urinary bladder much of the time heterogeneous nucleation occur, and heterogeneous nucleation occur in impure solution where there are microscopic impurities like in bladder, and it's commonly occur in a bladder because of the presence of the foreign body as a result the infection or due to obstruction that resulting into supersaturation. So this is important. One is the heterogeneous nucleation is also called epitaxy, and epitaxy means when one type of crystal deposit on another type, and the common example of that is the when the uric acid stone, there is actually the calcium oxalate stone aggregate or accumulate on that uric acid stone, and that form calcium oxalate stone. This phenomena is called epitaxy. Now let's discuss various type of inhibitor and promoter. Number first is the citrate. Citrate actually inhibits the calcium phosphate and calcium oxalate stone by various mechanisms. For example, the first mechanism is that it form a complex with a calcium, and when it form a complex with a calcium, it make unavailable or reducing the availability of ionic calcium to interact with the oxalate or phosphate. So this is the one mechanism that citrate make a complex with a calcium in the urine, and that's make unavailable or reducing the availability of this ionic calcium to form a bond with the oxalate or phosphate. The second mechanism that it directly inhibit the spontaneous precipitation of the calcium oxalate stone, and thus prevent the glomerulation of the calcium oxalate crystal. The third mechanism of prevention of stone formation by citrate is that citrate prevent heterogeneous nucleation of oxalate by monosodium urate. So this was about citrate, that it prevent the second is the neprocalcine. The important for neprocalcine that it is acid, actually it itself is a acidic glycoprotein, and it predominantly contain acidic amino acid, and it is synthesized in the proximal convoluted tubule and the thick ascending limb. In simple solution, naprocalcine inhibit the growth of uh, comb crystal, and it has been shown to inhibit the nucleation and aggregation of comb. The third inhibitor is the Tom Harsball, which is also called uromodulin, and this is expressed by the renal epithelial cell and the thick ascent limb of distal convoluted tubule. Now, the term Harsball is the most abundant protein that is found in the urine, and it is one of the potent inhibitor for comb aggregation, but it not inhibiting the growth. And the second important things that term Harsball protein is a strong inhibitor of comb crystal aggregation only in alkaline urine. That's why the term Harsball protein only working in alkaline urine, and it's inactive or not working when the urine is acidic. So alkaline urine is must for term Harsball protein. The other is the osteopontine. The osteopontine has been shown to inhibit nucleation, growth, and degradation of comb, as well as to reduce the binding of crystal to renal epithelial cell. So this is also the inhibitor. And the last is the magnesium, and the magnesium is having inhibitor activity, and that is derived from its complexion with oxalate, and that's why it reduces the ionic oxalate concentration and calcium oxalate supersaturation. Now coming to the various type of stone theory, and there are 5 theories. One is the nucleation theory, the other is the crystal inhibitory theory, the third is the theory of mass precipitation or intra-nephrogenic calculosis, and the fourth is the fixed particle theory, and the last is the car theory. So let's discuss it one by one. Number first is the nucleation theory. The nucleation theory is actually suggesting that the urinary stone actually originates from a crystal or the nidus that is immersed in supersaturated urine. So this actually a nucleation theory. Now coming to the crystal inhibitor theory. As we know that the crystal inhibitor theory claims that the calculi form in the absence or low concentration of natural stone inhibitor like citrate, magnesium, naprocalcine, etc. So it's simple to understand that crystal inhibitor means when there are absence of inhibitor in the urine, that's leading to stone formation. The third is the theory of mass precipitation or intra-nephrogenic calculosis, and this theory suggests that the distal tubule or the collecting duct are both become plugged with a crystal. They are saying that either the collecting duct or the distal tubules they are plugged by a crystal, and this form an environment of a stasis that's leading to stone growth. So the theory of mass precipitation is actually the plugging or the closing of the distal tubule or the collecting duct, and because of the closure of this tubules or distal tubules or collecting duct, that's making an environment of a stasis, and that's leading to formation of stone growth. The fourth theory is the fixed particle theory, as it is obvious from the name of this theory, that it postulates that the crystal are somehow retained within the cell or beneath tubular epithelium, and this fixation of the nidus beneath the epithelium leading to stone formation. The third theory is the last theory is the car theory, and the car is actually hypothesized that calculi form in an obstructed lymphatic, and when this lymphatic rupture into adjacent calyx, and this leading to stone formation.